Alright everybody, welcome to a brand new video in the GCW WrestleMania series, what happened at the show. I would say let's get right into it. This show was featuring a main event of the GCW Championship, CM Punk putting the championship on the line against Bray Wyatt and AJ Styles in the main event. You know, the stage we built for this show was pretty alright looking. It was not great to today's standards, but back in the day I thought it was pretty cool. We even had a Japanese announcing team right there at the show, because we had the very first match of Shinsuke Nakamura in GCW, so I thought it was quite a fun touch to add that in. We had Okada and Yoshitatsu sitting at that announcer's table, so that was quite fun. And the show itself started off with a scramble match for the championship. If you are new to WWE, you probably haven't seen a scramble match yet, but they did some of those in 2008, 2009, and this was pretty much 5 men in fighting for the championship, and 2 would start off, the others would enter like after 5 minutes passed each, and then there would be another 5 minutes, and whoever scored the last pinfall would be the winner of this match. So I would say let's look at what happened here. We had the match start off with Ambrose and Rollins, and then we went on next off. We had Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler enter the match, and then next off we had Tyson Kidd come in. I know that. Yeah, there we have Tyson Kidd. You know, Tyson Kidd and Dolph Ziggler was the World Championship match the year before, if you have seen yesterday's part of what happened at GCW WrestleMania 3. And we did some callback spots here from that show, so I thought it was pretty fun to have them in the same match. And then finally, the last participant here was Big E, and you know, now we had like a few minutes left in the match, and the finish was pretty much Rollins going for a Phoenix Splash. Big E catches him into the big ending, into the cover, 1, 2, 3, and Big E won the Intercontinental Championship. I don't think the Phoenix Splash into a big ending would be possible in real life, but you know, back in the day I thought it could be pulled off. But yeah, Big E won the Intercontinental Championship, so he was a former GCW champion at that point too, so you know, Big E did pretty well for himself, adding the Intercontinental title to his resume as well. Then next off, we had the Hardy Boys go against the Wyatt family for the tag titles. You know, that Jeff Hardy custom was a pretty cool figure made by Angelo back in the day. That was way before we get official Jeff Hardy figures by Mattel. And so we had to go with custom figures right there. And I think this match was pretty good. Let's see. Let's move forward to the finish. You know, you can always go and watch these shows yourself if you want to watch the whole matches and stuff like that. You know, just type in GCW WrestleMania 4. This one is actually up on the GCW network, so it's not up on the on this YouTube channel right here. But if you type in GCW WrestleMania 4 on YouTube, you will find it immediately. And let's go to the finish right here. We had, okay, Jeff went for the Whisper in the Wind. Harper caught him right into the powerbomb. I thought that was a cool counter. Harper going for the Lariat, but then the Straight Edge Society comes running in. I think the Young Bucks come running in, because that was a setup angle for the main event, because obviously we had CM Punk with the Straight Edge Society, and AJ Styles with the Bullet Club, and Bray Wyatt with the Wyatt family. So it was a little angle to make that main event match a little bit more interesting, you know, stuff like that. And now we had Tyler Breeze, the Cruiserweight champion at that point, go against the United Wrestling champion Chris Jericho. This was for the United Wrestling Championship, and if Tyler Breeze would lose, he would need to defend the Cruiserweight Championship right after this match happened right here. So this match was actually pretty bad, I think. And I think Jericho just won it with like a small package or something like that. Let's see. Jericho goes for the Lion Salt and right into the beauty shot counter. He kicks out of that. And now he just goes for the small package and wins, which is kind of lame. But I guess I didn't want to make a pin Breeze too clean. You know, a small package is always fine. And then a very young Zack Sabre Jr. came in and won the GCW Cruiserweight Championship. So going for the pin, Breeze kicks out, and now he puts him into the armbar, and Tyler Breeze taps out. So that was that. Then next off, we had Roman Reigns put the World Championship on the line against the Samoan Bulldozer Umaga. And, Umaga won the Royal Rumble that year, and he had Paul Heyman as his manager. You know, we kind of played off that in this year's GCW Royal Rumble 2020 because Heyman was with Brock Lesnar, and Umaga was in the match, and Heyman kind of cost him the match, and then we had another match at GCW Live. So there you go. Umaga Reigns was a pretty alrightish match. I don't think it was too great. I don't think it was too bad. You know, let's kind of go to the finish right here and see what happened. So the finish is, I think, Umaga goes for that thing in the corner. Reigns puts him up into the corner, kind of does like a shield bump because otherwise Umaga would be too heavy. So he had to sit him up at the top rope. Reigns goes for the spear. Umaga goes for the Samoan spike and picks up the World Championship. Heyman very happy. Umaga becomes the World Heavyweight Champion. And Reigns loses the world title to Umaga right here. So Umaga is actually a former GCW World Champion, if you didn't know. So next match was Orton and Cena, and that match was pretty much Randy Orton saying, "Man, John, we are getting too old. We're taking up space on the card from younger talent." And John Cena didn't really think so. So they had a match, and the loser would have to leave GCW. And I think this match was pretty good. I actually enjoyed doing this. There were a couple cool spots in here. This was probably one of my favorite spots right here. So John Cena goes for the attitude adjustment on the announcer's table, and you think, oh, he's going to throw him through the other one, but there comes Orton, comes down, goes for this T-bone suplex or whatever you want to call it, and puts him through the table that was leaned against the barricade. I think that was a very cool spot, and I really still like that to this day. And right here, Randy Orton goes for the low blow. This is kind of the finish of Edge and Randy Orton. He goes for the punt kick, goes through, but then he really wants to end John Cena, puts him next to the steel steps, and you should know better. You can't do that with Super Cena. And Super Cena rises from the dead, throws him onto the steps, and pins him. So this is why Orton has been gone from GCW since GCW WrestleMania 4, and then he came back at GCW WrestleMania 7 and beat John Cena. If you haven't seen that show, we'll cover it soon. And then we had Tyler Breeze come out because I actually had planned to push Tyler Breeze with Randy Orton as his manager against John Cena, but that never happened. So that is a little bit of an inside scoop here that you might not know if you've been watching GCW for a while. Now, next off, we had Daniel Bryan and Shinsuke Nakamura, and that was kind of just like a dream match I had set up for WrestleMania, because when I planned all this, Nakamura was still in New Japan, so we never thought that could happen. I think when the show came out, that was the year Nakamura went to NXT, and Daniel Bryan Nakamura was always such a dream match, and I don't think it is nowadays really, because Nakamura doesn't really have good matches anymore, which is so weird. Ever since he came to WWE, his matches just haven't been that good. He's just like kind of phoning it in. In New Japan, his matches were like classics, like with AJ Styles, with Ibushi, with Okada. My God, those were great matches. But in WWE, it's just not happening. So let's see the finish here. I think actually, Bryan goes for that thing he always does. Nakamura puts him into the corner. Right there, goes for the drop kick. And yeah, Daniel Bryan had injured his neck, so that dropkick kind of hurt him. And Nakamura got back up and hit the knee right to the face and picked up the win. So that was that. Nakamura picked up the win in his very first GCW match right here. And then we had the main event. This was obviously match of the show. We introduced the brand new GCW Championship back in that day. You know, Punk was still carrying the old one to the ring here. And then he was going to, or the winner was going to get the brand new design that Angelo made back in the day. You know, there's Punk looking at it. That is the old design of the GCW Championship. Now we have an updated one once again. But you know, back in the day, I like that design. I actually still do. So that was the GCW Championship right there. And you know, then we had the Wyatt family come in with Bray Wyatt, and then we had this awesome AJ Styles custom Angelo made me. This was from the Wrestle Kingdom 10 attire. You know, I actually was in the Tokyo Dome for that match with Nakamura, and then Angelo made me that figure, and I could use it for my WrestleMania, which I was really happy about, because, you know, this was really to start the AJ Styles big push in GCW in that match. I think the match was really good. I would actually, if you want to watch a match of this show, go ahead and watch this one, because it was really, really fun. And you know, it was like these three groups going at it. You know, there you see like everyone gets taken out right there of the power bomb. And now we go into the finish here. Punk sends AJ into the exposed turnbuckle, goes for the go to sleep, and then AJ counters it into the calf crusher. You know, this was kind of a false finish, because I build up CM Punk as always cheating against AJ Styles, and now AJ Styles countered Punk's cheating maneuver, and you know, everyone was down. Nobody could help CM Punk right here, but there comes AJ Lee with the championship, puts it in so CM Punk can use it and hit AJ Styles over the head with it. And you know, then everybody thought, oh my god, that's going to be it. Punk goes for the go to sleep. But there is the GCW debut of the cleaner Kenny Omega, joining the Bullet Club, One Winged Angel, right into the Styles clash. And Styles becomes GCW champion for the very first time. And this is where the whole AJ Styles and Kenny Omega saga started, that played out over multiple years of GCW WrestleManias. And here's the ending, where AJ is on the shoulders of Kenny Omega celebrating with the Young Bucks. And you know, the scene would be very similar at the next year's WrestleMania, but it took an unexpected turn there. So you can look forward to that. I will cover GCW WrestleMania 5 next. That was it for this WrestleMania. I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, this is really the start of the Omega AJ Styles storyline. At this point, they became allies, but you know, that changed over time. And that is really the part I enjoy a lot about my pic fed, is the long-term booking, because you know, this is just something I really enjoy doing. You know, book something that will go over years. So that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm working hard on GCW WrestleMania 8. That is going to be out early July, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be the best GCW WrestleMania of all time, probably. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that, and I catch you all very soon.